about to fall. We're gonna open your eyes so you can see who you're gonna call if you wanna be free. Globusters! 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 Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Yeah! Globusters! Globusters! Globusters!
And welcome everybody to Globusters. We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Globusters Tech, or not Tech, sorry, excuse me. I had Globusters Tech on the brain. The Globusters Weekend Update. I'm your host, Zach, Good Times for All. And this is a show where we highlight what the Globusters have been up to during the week and also new channels that are speaking out about Flat Earth. It's still exploding. It's really wild to see all these new channels and people making multiple channels now. It's just amazing. Big shout out to Daryl Davis in chat from Flat Earth Farms. You can see it down there in the bottom left corner. Big sponsor of the show. Always there to support everybody in the community. Just an awesome all-around guy. Thank you so much for being here, Daryl. All right, so let's see what we got first. I think, yeah, I wanted to share this video. And I've been telling you guys, I'm gonna quit saying it so much, right? I don't want to get preachy, but I believe some of you have gone to some of these channels and subscribed or left comments and stuff. And I just want to show you what that does for people. The inspiration that it gives them to keep going and wanting to share this new truth that they found with others. It is so important. So thank you all that are out there doing it. It really helps, and she's going to let you know right now.
Hello everyone. So I decided to make this video to let everyone know that I am creating a different 414 Keeper channel. I've been having issues with some of the content that I've been creating. Apparently, some people have latched on and decided to say that I'm using music that's theirs that I am not using or doing. So, and I can't figure a way to get out of it. So I'm going to make a whole new 414 Keeper channel. I appreciate the 17 subscribers that I do have. I thank you so much. But it's just not helping with the videos that I'm creating. Some of them are just getting blocked or demonetized, and I'd like that to stop. And I think the only way to do that is by allowing YouTube to get some of my information to make sure that it's me, for one, and for two, that it allows me to be able to handle my videos and refute those who say, hey, she's using my music when I'm not using their music. So I've been trying to figure a different way to do it, but I can't. I can't figure out any other way than to delete this channel in particular and start a different 414 Keeper channel. And so as soon as I can, I will upload my last video, which will be for that channel. You'll get to see the whole shebang where the new channel will start, and I'll have to redo some of the videos that I've done already. A majority of them I will be redoing, so you guys can use those videos and hopefully help other people understand what Flat Earth is all about and what we're talking about and what we're trying.
Earthship
We're trying to show you that, hey, you can do experiments too,
golden bean,
and
thank y'all,
that we can fight this. We can get a hold of this and fight it.
Here comes the greatest part. Listen to this.
It is a fight, let me tell you. It is a fight. So thank you for those who have been subscribing. I so appreciate it. You just don't know how much. It's very nice that you have subscribed, and I appreciate it with my whole heart. I really do. I hope you will join me on the other channel as soon as I have it going and start doing videos on that channel. And I will let you know in the next video what that will be. Okay, thank you much. Bye-bye.
And I'm pretty sure she did. Let me see. Yeah, my channel has changed, unfortunately. Oh no, this is the same video. We had a comment thread going. I was trying to let her know that, you know, you want to do, you know, you copy the link up here when you go to your new channel, and then you put it into the description of this video, and that'll help people, you know, because I mean, I'm lazy too. I get it. We're lazy people. There's a lot of lazy people out there, and they don't want to go searching through channels when it's hard to find, especially the truth channels, right? So yeah, she's learning. She's learning, but she's very dedicated. Just lots. She's been putting out a lot of stuff. I see her a lot. I didn't even know it was a girl. Usually it's not her talking. She's just sharing a lot of older videos and stuff. But and I'm pretty sure I have her new channel. Let's see real quick. We're gonna go, and I will drop that in the chat too. Yeah, let's see, is this it? Nope, that's the one we just looked at. Here it is, 414 Keeper, Flat Earth. I'm a flat earther. I will drop this link in the chat. And yeah, 17 people, you know, made her day by subscribing. That's, you know, it is at first when you're at like 0 or, you know, 2 or 3, getting a few subscriptions like that really boosts your confidence to keep going. It really does. So thank you for everybody out there that subscribe to her channel. It is much appreciated. I found there's so many shorts now. So many shorts. We're going to play a couple videos that are a little bit longer, but I mean, with the attention span of a lot of people nowadays, you know, they want everything right now and this and that, and only the meat and potatoes. They don't even want to hear any of the salad dressing or none of that stuff. They just want the meat and potatoes. And there's a lot of people putting flat earth into shorts. There's just so many. I'm not a big shorts person. I'll watch like boxing shorts, stuff like that. Just like a KO here or there. And then about this one bull named Rufus, 2,700-pound bull, and what it's like trying to keep that bull, you know, where he's supposed to be. Yeah, it's a funny channel. But yeah, I'm not much into the shorts. I don't watch them that often, but when I search flat earth, there are a lot of them coming up daily. So if you're into the shorts, you can find so much content. And this is Logic and Islam, 159,000 subscribers, flat earth in the title. Asking the question, flat earth in the Bible? I will drop this link. Yeah, Rufus and Redford. Yeah, the bulls, they are awesome. So let's listen to what this guy says. Just 40 seconds long. Like I said, a lot of shorts nowadays.
So the same description repeated in the book of Daniel, chapter number 4, verse number 10 and 11. It says in the dream that the tree grew up into the heaven. And there when the tree grew up into the heaven, it grew up so much that everyone from all the ends of the earth, they could see the tree. This is only possible if the shape of the earth was flat. If a tree is very long and the shape of the earth was flat, it's possible. Today, it's a universal fact that the world is spherical. You will never be able to see the tree, however much long it is, from the opposite side of the spherical shape of the earth.
So we are, yeah, it's a lot of religious ones, a lot of Islam talking about flat Earth. Here's another one: is the Earth flat and stationary? Views of Ahmad Raza Khan Barelvi, excuse me if I butchered that, and Sheikh Ibn Baz. Yeah, I don't know. But is the Earth flat and stationary? Like I said, these things are happening, and this is a long conversation, hour and a half. All languages, all walks of life, people are having this conversation, and you just see flat Earth a lot more in titles now. Oh, I forgot to share that one. I apologize. Here's another short. Like I said, a lot of shorts. Unk believes the Earth is actually flat with the laughing emojis. I think Unk is a rapper. The Earth is flat, guys. Jump out, Joe. Live. I will drop the link in here for you. And we will listen to this one. Here we go.
You're fucking stupid as shit, bro. You walk on Earth. How else can something be flat? Like, something has to be.
Okay. A little bit of swearing. I apologize if anybody has children out there watching, but we'll skip that one. I try not to pick too many of those. Like there was quite a few of them again this week. So I went through and I wasn't planning on showing most of them, just dropping the link in chat for you guys and giving a shout out to the channels. So we will drop that in there. Okay. Give the thumbs up. And let's move on to the next one. Here's The Earth is Flat, 266,000 subscribers. Reactions with a K, Hugo. That's a lot of, yeah, I believe it's in German. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, these conversations are happening everywhere. Welcome, Question the Answers. Question the Answers. Bill Hickok, I see, jumping in the chat too. Welcome, Bill. Let me drop the link for y'all in this one. Oh, here's a link. Did I, nope, that's from the last video. That link right there. I will drop this one to 266,000 subscribers. I wonder what some of these translate to. Arda deserves the like. Don't smoke, but this is incredibly delicious. Forrest got me, blah, 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 blah. Oh, the English dubbing. Bro, wanted to laugh all of a sudden I have tears in my eyes. Yeah, I didn't listen to this one. I just saw that many subscribers and the Earth is flat in the title. So probably quite a few people saw this. I don't know. I didn't really check out this channel. Oh yeah, 182Ks 2 days ago. That one got 330K views. It looks like he might just be a gamer. No, he's doing all kinds of stuff. But yeah, lots of views on like every channel, on every one he puts out. Over 250,000 so far. So yeah, a lot, 330,000 people saw that. Wild. I will drop that into the chat.
I'm really no idol when it comes to that. It doesn't smoke, but it's incredibly delicious. I was with Kai Flaum at a tribe.
Yeah, this looks like one of those just
Hard to see that
reaction
you pay
guys.
less than in Germany. I put your arm
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for sharing that. Putting that out there for all those people to see. Here is Mason7. 1,000 views with just 9 subscribers. Writing on the flat earth. Very cool. We're going to listen to what Mason has to say here. Welcome, Shauna. Much love, sis. He's not talking much. He's just riding on the flat earth. But putting flat earth in the title. That's cool. Let's go see what Mason's got going on here. 21 videos. It's like, oh, yeah, he's doing some real stuff. Getting to play with the fun toys. Yeah, definitely not like a flat earther truther channel, just sharing some stuff. And yeah, this week you put out, and it's got the most views by far. 427 he had back in March. Nice. So riding on flat earth, maybe that'll give him some incentive, to make some more like that. Very cool. Mason7. I will drop this link in the chat. Yeah, we went to Bolton's Grill last night. Flat earthers up in North Carolina, and they make the squash burgers. They're real flat, and they give you like a normal hamburger comes with 2 patties because they're so, I love them like that. There's a place back home called Shoop's Hamburgers. It was a family run. There was like 5 of them. Each one of the sons had one in neighboring cities and stuff like that, and then they sold it out the franchise. But yeah, they did those smash burgers like that, and I grew up with a couple of guys that were in the family. Like, so we'd go to the restaurant, and they'd be back there behind the counter, and yeah, it was cool. Little family run shops like that are my favorite. But really good burgers. And it was kind of like a lot of Elvis stuff on the wall, and James Dean, Marilyn Monroe had a little jukebox at every single booth. You put a quarter in, you could play your song right there. Yeah, neat place. So yeah, Mason7. Thank you so much for doing that, man. I see you got quite a few views. Maybe you'll put some more flat earth stuff out there. Here is Trust Your True Earth merch. Or Trust Your Stationary Earth, but True Earth merch. Stationary Earth Science channel. I had never heard of this one before. I will copy this and paste it in there. So yeah, it's just 29 seconds. I believe it's a just like a little commercial for their True Earth or Trust Your Stationary Earth shirts with the little kitty on it. Here we go.
Kitty shirt, my little kitty shirt. Meow, meow. Hello Kitty, here we go. Dancing, moving to the flow. Oh yeah. Kawaii smiles all around. Fun and laughter, happy sound. Hello Kitty, let's unite. Party on through the night.
Oh, don't know how that happened. So again, that was Stationary Earth Science with stylish truther apparel, True Earth merch. Like I said, folks, it's taken off like never before. Margie Dixon. Haven't seen this one before. And if you've been watching the last few weeks, oh, she's sharing a lot of his shorts and stuff. I forget this guy, what his name was. So all shorts, yeah. But it looks like almost all flat Earth stuff. So a new channel. And when did this come out? See this one? What's the date? May 23rd. So like a month ago, they started. And they have put up quite a few already. 40 videos in less than a month. Margie Dixon starting her truth-sharing journey. Space race, flat Earth, and NASA lies debunked. Thank you so much, Margie Dixon. I know we got some Globusters stuff in here too. Let's see, what do we got next? Oh, Eric DeBay making the round. He's been doing interviews. I just pulled up one of them, but I think I saw a couple this week, maybe even some last week. I'm not sure. But yeah, DeBay's been making the rounds, doing interviews. I haven't listened to any of them yet. I don't know. There isn't much new under the sun. When there is, I get real excited and I'll, dive into it. But I don't know. I haven't seen anything new out of Eric so much. Now, this is shining a black light on the flat Earth community. I'm not sure what it's about. But if you're interested in hearing what Eric had to say about the flat Earth community, I will drop the link in chat for you, and you guys can go check it out. But yeah, he's been quite busy lately, doing more and more. Yeah, Bill. I know a lot of people who have those sentiments, But oh, this one's funny. This is the flat Earth dude. I'm not sure how many videos he's got. 73 videos. And yeah, it looks like most of them are about flat Earth. Started 3 years ago, then made one 2 years ago, 3 years. Let's just go to videos. 73 videos. Yep. Oh, 4 years ago. The cosmonaut saying that the Earth was flat. Then 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So it's been, somewhat constant. Hasn't really 2 weeks, 11 days, 9 days, 6 days, 1 month. A couple videos a month, it seems like, something like that. Nice, but this one I saw Cheech and Chong Globers. There's a lot of people who, everybody knows who Cheech and Chong are, right? And they had this song back in the day called Mexican Americans, and it was just like, yeah, I agree. Welcome, Nathan. Yeah, I haven't heard anything new out of Eric in years, right? I heard of the debate. I haven't watched the debate yet. Jaron and Witz's debate. I haven't seen it yet. I will check it out though. When they release it. So yeah, Cheech and Chong, they did a song back in the day called Mexican Americans, and it's hilarious, right? There's just there's a couple of them in the lines that I still sing like almost to this day. They're just stuck in my head always. But this one, he took some AI and changed Cheech's voice to talk about, now, if you have children in the room, it'd be a good idea. It's kind of hard to make out what he's saying, but he does swear in this one multiple times, using the F word. So if you do have children in the room, it's only going to be 2 minutes. Maybe have them go do a little bathroom break, maybe, or get a snack or something like that. That'd be a great time over these next 2 minutes. If you don't want them hearing stuff like that, I totally get it. That's just a heads up for you. Yeah, parental guidance, explicit lyrics. Isn't that how it goes? Something like that. Here we go. This cracked me up.
Most fucking Americans don't really like flat earthers. They like planets and spaceships and stuff like gravity do. Most fucking Americans believe they're NASA and they're JAXA and ESA and some dude named Musk. Most fucking Americans don't like to worry about the spinning because they say it does it so slow. Most fucking Americans have an education and think the globe's real because they took science and got a B. Most fucking Americans love their sticks and their shadows and their well holes and their gyros. No. Most fucking Americans don't like to launch rockets without using fisheye lenses to make the flat earth round. Cause don't it make a flat like Earth? And that's all I got, man. How do you like it?
Hey, far out, man. Yeah, that's a good song, man. Well, I wrote my own one while I was listening to you sing yours. You want to hear it?
Oh, yeah, man. That sounds pretty awesome, man. Let's hear it.
Yeah, man. It's kind of like a protest tune. All right, man. Here we go. Globers! 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 Hey, you like that, man?
Oh, yeah, man. That's pretty far out, man.
Oh, geez. So thank you, the flat Earth dude. That was cracking me up. I've watched it multiple times. It was hard for me to not share it out with a bunch of people so I could have it for the show this weekend. But that just cracked me up. So again, flat Earth dude, awesome stuff. Giving him a hilarious, man. Thanks for sharing, because that was, in my opinion, I always liked Cheech and Chong. They always cracked me up, and that was pretty funny. Love it. What's the craziest theory that you believe in? This is Shooting the SHXT podcast. Yeah, there's so many people just having the conversation about flat Earth. It's, like I said, it's unlike anything I've seen in the last 10 years. And I've pretty regularly searched flat Earth today just to see what's been going on. So I dropped that one in the chat, minute 20. If you want to go check it out. I guess we could play it. Well, let's just play it.
You follow the official narrative, so I wouldn't even expect you to kind of like think against that anyway.
But
so
here's
like,
the thing: you go out your way to not follow the narrative.
I wouldn't say I go out of my way.
You do.
I wouldn't say that.
You're the only person I've ever heard that has sat there and said that Mars or the moon isn't really there and it's a hologram.
But how do you know for
and flat Earth? You're a flat earther.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't. No. See, this is the thing.
Flat Earth for 2 hours.
This is the thing. I'm not a flat earther, right? I'm not a flat. I'm not a round. Whatever the opposite of flat Earth, round Earth theory, whatever. I'm not married to any sort of ideology, right? I'm not married to any of these ideas. I'm open-minded. I believe that anything is possible, right? Because who the fuck knows? Who knows? Really, at the end of the day,
Are you who go out into space?
do you know for certain that there's Jupiter?
Yeah.
Have you been to Jupiter? Have you
Seen
seen
it.
Jupiter? Where?
Yes, I've seen it.
Where? A photo?
No, I went to a
Okay.
planetarium.
Okay. And you saw it through the telescope?
Mhm.
Listen, we can talk in circles. We're gonna have to agree to disagree, you know. But I don't know.
I like that. You know, I'm not married to either side. He's just asking the questions, right? And I see it. There's definitely a lot more people coming out and just saying the earth is flat, but there's a whole lot of people coming out and just saying, I don't know. You know, I'm questioning things and I'm seeing things that don't add up and I don't know. And I love that. That's an honest answer. You know, that's what an honest person would say is, I don't know what it actually is. At least, you know, to me, even I don't know what it is. Me, I have no clue what this place is and how it works. But it's definitely not what we've been told. We can disprove something without having to prove what it actually is, right? There's nothing out there that says that in order to disprove something, you have to replace it with the correct answer. That's no. When science disproves something, it doesn't say, well, it's not disproven until we figure out how it really works. It's just disproven. That's how it works. And I mean, you can do it with your own eyes. Pair of binoculars, you can go and see things that shouldn't be able to be viewed. It was really hidden very well, this whole thing. So this is Mixie Makes Flat Earth. That's the channel name. And then Flat Plane is the name of this one. Just a minute long. Let's see what.
G'day guys.
How you going?
Just a fellow PPL.
Oh, yes.
You know,
Yeah,
but yeah. Casey, how are you, mate?
Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet
I
you,
remember
brother.
this one.
Guys,
A lot of people
I'm gonna ask
sharing
you a
older
question.
videos.
I've been flying, and I've come to the conclusion there is no curvature. I never allow for curvature. There's no way there's curvature. We're round and flat, aren't we?
Definitely.
We are, aren't we?
Definitely.
Thank you,
Mate.
sir.
Flat as a pancake.
We're so, and the outer ring is south.
Yeah.
And so north must be in the middle, correct?
Possibly.
That would be the only way the
Possibly.
magnetic compass would work on a flat plane.
You might be onto something there.
Yeah,
Might be
but
onto something.
you're not having me on. We
No,
are.
no, no,
We're round and flat,
Flat
aren't
as a
we?
pancake, mate. Yeah.
Flat as a pancake.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
No worries.
You made my
Only
day.
the people at Jips don't know that.
But
Yeah.
well,
There
you know,
go.
I tell a few people, especially some close mates, even
Yeah,
though
yeah,
even though I'm a pilot,
Yeah.
they laugh their heads off at me.
That's
Think I'm
it.
an absolute nut job.
Ah. Nah.
Hey, thanks, guys.
No worries, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yep, I remember that one. Man, it didn't seem like that pilot knew he was being videoed there. Yeah, I don't know how ethical that was, you know. But yeah, Mixie Makes Flat Earth. I wonder how 114 videos. How have I not seen? Oh, they don't put Flat Earth in the titles. FE. It looks like there's a lot of different Flat Earth stuff, but they're not naming it Flat Earth. That's why I probably haven't seen a lot of this stuff. Kyrie, fluoride, Nova flats, frequencies. So they've been around for a few years, about 4 years. Mixie Makes Flat Earth. Sharing around lots of old videos and stuff. That's, you know, it needs to be done. a lot of these old videos most people don't see, and they're hard to find. They really are. There's channels out there you can search every single, letter, exclamation point, whatever. You could put the whole thing in there, and it's not going to come up. Until I go to space and see for myself, the Earth is flat. Just my personal opinion. This is T. Scott Investments. Thank you, T. Scott, for sharing this. Maybe, I don't know how important this investments part is here to you, but I'm just some personal advice. There's a lot of people in the business world, even though they might even know, they're not ready. Flat Earth in business is still pretty taboo, right? I'm just saying, if you're out there and your main goal is to make that money, putting flat Earth and a lot of stuff like that, I don't know. I don't know if I would do that. But yeah, let's listen to what T. Scott Investments here has to say.
Because I'm a realist. I need to see something to believe it. And I've told people this before, so I'm not making this up. There's a possibility that Earth is flat and the sky is a dome. I don't get the argument they make. Oh, if you go to the ocean, you look straight, you can't see the cities. Yeah, because it's too far away. That's why you can't see it. I can't stand idiotic drivers, bro. If they weren't so far away, you would be able to see it. So the fact that the cities are so far away, you can't see it from where we're currently at. Does that make sense? Here's my second theory. I have two more.
Angular resolution.
One more after this one. I think above the presidents, government officials are aliens or lizard-like creatures that are elites. Probably aliens that founded us. When I make it up there, I'll get back to you. Make another read for my last theory. But if the Earth was round and spinning, if you were to jump up, the ground would move under you because it's
According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, it does, right? The old football wouldn't have went through if he would have been kicking the other direction. Yarder, yarder, yarder. Golf balls. There's, you name it. Punters. Come on now. Numerologist on flat Earth. Like I said, there is so much being put out. Yeah, sorry I didn't get in here earlier. I had to get the mowing done this morning. It's going to be like 94, 95. And I wanted to try to get it done as soon as possible. Usually start a little bit earlier the day off. But yeah, and tomorrow we're going to be busy all day. So I had to get it done this morning. That's why I was running late. I might move the time back a little bit to this, so some people out on the West Coast can be awake for it. But I've seen Daryl in the chat early birds getting the worm and everything good like that. So yeah, numerologist on flat Earth. Let's see what he has to say.
Thought on how the Earth looks like as a numerologist, as an astrologer. I do believe the Earth is flat. I do believe we live in some type of firmament like this. It may not look exactly like this, but I do believe we have something like a dome above our head, because if you look at rainbows, it clearly shows you that we have a dome. Because if you ever make a rainbow, you need a prism, you need sunlight, and you also need water. So where does the prism come from? It obviously comes from the dome. And that's why you see rainbows look like a dome. So yes, I do believe the Earth is flat as a numerologist. I don't believe that we are monkeys flying through space as an accident. We do live in a very simulated AI type of reality. And we're all basically AI if you think about it. We're all just humans living in this reality with spirits and when we die, we go in what I believe in, the astral plane, the spirit room, the veil, whatever you want to call it. That's what I believe we go to, because I've actually have seen it myself. I've had outer body experiences. It felt like I died before. I mean, I can tell you for a fact that we literally leave our body once we die. So yes, I do believe the earth is flat. Like I said, I don't believe in this circle that we're floating through space by accident. Like it just doesn't make any sense. And from my experiences, none of that made any sense to me. So this is what I believe in.
Mr. Snake. Talks about numerology, 294 videos. Wow. Looks like all of them are shorts. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of flat earth anything here coming down here, at least not in the titles. Kind of going through it pretty quick, but yeah. Numerology, I've never really, I know they say, you know, millionaires don't have astrologers and numerologists, billionaires do. So
this is
I'm not saying there isn't something to it, or something to maybe these elite secret societies being able to communicate using certain numbers and this and that. I don't doubt any of that kind of stuff. But to think that like there's this end all be all code of, you know, a deciphering tool that will allow you to just, you know, go through anything, I don't know. I've never had a whole lot of, we'll call it faith, I guess, in numerology. Astrology makes a little more sense to me. These frequencies and whatnot above our heads and all this kind of stuff being showered down upon, it would make sense that different frequencies and whatnot would affect you differently, right? Are you telling them all about it? Okay, will you let them know? All right. Okay, Hank was letting some people know. But yeah, I just never really got into the whole numerology thing. I know there's a lot of people out there that have stuff like that, but it was never really my. I was like watching people that were doing sports bet gambling and trying to use numerology, and it didn't seem to work. You know, they would tell you that I have an 85% this and but they didn't. When you'd go back and look, they really didn't. So maybe I just haven't had the proper introduction to how numerology works and stuff like that. Not knocking it. I just say I don't really have any faith in it at all. So that's my take on numerology. But Numerologist on Flat Earth by Mr. Snake. I will drop that link there for you in the chat. If you're into numerology, hey, at least he's aware that he's not on a spinning ball out in space. That's got to account for something, right? I mean, if you really were looking for a numerologist, would you want to have them believing they're on the ball? Just saying. All right, this is Antarctica. Sorry, we're closed. Our hidden flat Earth and the end of the world. Somebody sharing. This is Truth and Secrets Revealed channel, and this is one by Taboo Conspiracy. Amazing channel. Let's see if they. I don't see a link to Taboo's. Let's go. There it is. If you want to go see it from the original channel maker, Ben has been at this a long time. This is his third channel. He's had them taken down multiple times. And big shout out. to Ben there. Just always on. Hey, I took this picture right here. An attorney's guide to the #1 proof of the flat earth and top 5 long distance observations. Yeah, there's Michigan City, Indiana. I'm at the lighthouse. And on 420, believe it or not, on that day specifically, there will be 50 people out there with big giant cameras and this and that. I just happened, it was the day that it was, I believe, 37% humidity. I was waiting for it just to get below 40 for like over 2 years. I waited for the humidity and the visuals to be, for me to be able to go out there and get this picture. But from this distance, there should be 800 feet. Here, we'll just click into it real quick. Let's see. But no, Ben does great work. Just really great work. Maybe he just used that picture. I know he had it in another video where he played my video in it. But yeah, it was a pretty picture. I'll give him that. Yeah, that was probably one of my best pictures as far as landscape and distance photography stuff. From that distance, at 10 feet off the water, there should be 816 feet blocked out by the curve of the earth. You should only be able to see the tippy top of 12 of those buildings. I know it's hard to see down there, but yeah, that was a fun day. I was live that day even. So Ben, thank you very much. Let me, yeah, Taboo Conspiracy, it's up there. Ben is just amazing. He's done a lot of great work. But if you want to hear about the Antarctic Treaty, right, and what it entails, this is a great video. You can watch it on Ben's channel. Big shout out to Truth and Secrets Revealed. Thank you so much for sharing this. Again, there's so many people out there that don't care at all if you share their material, right? And with music and stuff like that, nowadays the YouTube has filters where they can pull the music out and leave all the words in and stuff like that. So it's just a click of a button and you can get rid of stuff like that. But Ben's videos are really well done. And I'd like to see more and more people sharing them. I think that'd be awesome because he's put so much work into these videos and so much research and stuff like that. But yeah, if you think you can, it's real easy to explore Antarctica. Now, nobody is saying you can't go to Antarctica. Of course you can. There's all kind, they run marathons there. There's like a bunch of different companies all owned by, the same owner, but that will take tours and you can go to the shoreline and this and that, or you can go a little bit deeper in and do things. More and more money, it adds up, but no, you can go to Antarctica, but you can't explore Antarctica. You can't just get in a boat and go there. You just can't. And it's not like there's a sovereign nation there where the people are defending their, no, it's to protect the wilderness. They're cutting down the rainforest, but they need to protect the wilderness in Antarctica. I don't get it, right? The excuse is nonsensical. But this video, Ben breaks it down great about how difficult it is. I mean, you can plan out your expedition and Google Earth, and I want to go to this mountain right here and plan everything out and this and that. Spend $250,000, I think, minimum on a survey that can then get turned down and you don't get your 250 grand back. You plan everything out and somebody has to look at it and determine what kind of damage you're going to do to the environment. And if they think it's too much, they just say, you don't get to go. And they keep your money. And sometimes it even gets a lot more than that. He breaks it down great. This is a great video to show people, if you're having the discussions, a flat earth discussion with a friend or somebody like that, and they think that you can just go to Antarctica and do whatever you want. This video right here, I just dropped it in the chat, it's just nail in the coffin because he goes into all the different, he brings it up and shows you can read it yourself. He will, yeah, Ben's done great research and just makes a lot of great videos. He really does. So thank you so much, Ben. You are awesome, brother. All right. Tez Truth, T-Dog, Dog. It says, Flat Earth Dog, the firmament. What does the Bible say about the sky? Again, we see a lot of people talking about the Bible and bringing up, from the biblical standpoint. I mean, there's even Bibles that have this picture in it. Is this the one that I saw? I thought I saw one this week where the guy opens up his Bible and that's the picture of Earth that they have in it. No, that's not it. But I will drop this in chat. About a half hour long. But yeah, just lots of people. I wonder if this is Tez's first flat Earth. 248 videos. Here they did this one 6 days ago. Black goo. Here's a flat Earth one. Trump is Elvis. Maybe it wasn't flat Earth. I just see this guy's face and I always think flat Earth. He talks a lot about flat Earth, that guy. See a lot of his videos being shared around. It's not real. The world is an illusion. Playing Roy. Okay, so it's like a truther channel. Definitely not dedicated to flat Earth,
I believe.
but a lot of truther stuff.
Baby. Oh, let's go back to the Jewish Bible. Over the heads of the living creatures was what?
See, I like when people do this. They go into the original text and see what it actually says. Because a lot of things can get, mixed up in translation. It just happens. It may not be done on purpose, this and that, but these things do happen a lot. Hey, Chilster, what's up, man? Oh, I got to get the whole thing in there if I want to share it with you properly. And we will drop that into the chat. All right. So yeah, if you're into the religious part of it, right? If that's part of your background, and this, I love when they break down the Hebrew. I wish Karen B and Just Jack would get back into, they did the Torah, but there's other books of the Bible, and I would love to see those broken down in Hebrew as well, the way they do it. I love the scripture studies that they were doing on Saturdays. That was, and it's not like you need visuals or anything. It was great because I could go out and do work and this and that, and I could just listen to it. So yeah, I hope Karen B, she's down in the description down there. Oh, of this video, not the one I'm looking at right now. Yeah, she does a Monday morning coffee talk. It starts at about 9:30-ish. Usually pretty on time about it. Might be a minute or two late here or there, having to take care of all the animals and all that good stuff. But yeah, Monday morning coffee talk is fun. I will say you can call in, talk to her. Yeah, I love it. All right, so we did drop that in chat. Yeah. Okay. Flat Earth and Conspiracy video. That is the name of the channel. Flat Earth Truth 2 weeks ago. Reunions, tunes. So yeah, their last video 2 weeks ago was their first, and I don't know if I saw this one or not. Shorts. Looks like I'm not seeing a whole. Oh, that. Yeah, there's flat Earth underwater. Looks like it was a little while ago. A lot of people making the shorts. I'm telling you. Getting into conspiracies, and then boom, a few videos later, you see him talking flat Earth. So yeah, flat Earth and conspiracy. If you're looking for
So
a new,
why is it
new channel to check out, and it looks like they're just ripping into NASA here. It's, I don't know. I get it. A lot of the newer people wanting to rip on NASA and everything, right? Just finding out about all this stuff. I don't know. Now, for us that have seen all the different videos throughout the years and seen all the deception year after year after year and them getting caught, NASA's almost like low-hanging fruit now. I know they're the big dogs in the scientific world, but when it comes to like the truther community, there's not many people out there that are believing anything NASA has to say. It's just, I mean, most Americans, I think it's over 75% now, don't believe the moon landings happened. Just throwing that, I mean, yeah, they're not trusted. We'll say that. But yeah, Flat Earth and Conspiracy video is the name of the channel. Yeah, we dropped that link. Okay. Here is Juani Flat Earth Media, Finland. Now they have been going wild putting out videos. I saw them, I think, every day this week putting stuff out. I use that picture, this eyeball. Cinematics, frequencies, and stars. No, everything says 6 days ago. I know I've seen them. Maybe it was all that day. 3 weeks ago, perspective videos. 1 month ago, how many videos did they have? 160 videos out of Finland. Bill Nye, the Earth is a closed system. He shares some of Dave's stuff. Oh, what's that guy's name? I forget his name. I forget. He's a joker too, up there playing his guitar. The Ptolemaic model. So yeah, they've been. He's been at it for a while, or she. I'm not sure. They.
Of the magnets. You see, if I can move it
I
on the
love
side,
these old
it will
videos
again pivot
being reshared.
around the axis of the magnet because it makes sure that the magnetic field inside of it stays the same.
Right. It's astonishing. Can you put it on the track for us?
Yeah. I just levitate it above the track quite high, and I can
And you
just
can.
rotate it.
It'll lock into place. You can
So it's
put
actually
it at
floating above the
angles.
surface.
Yeah, it's not floating; it's locked above the surface.
So it could you could tilt it at an angle and it would
Yeah,
still
I
fly
can do
around.
it like this, and it will just go around like this.
So cool.
Because I go and put it at different height, and then like this.
And lock it at the height.
Lock
right.
it, yeah, different height, different configuration,
Right.
and I can even lock it at opposite way. If you could.
Now it is, at least from the temperatures I've seen, it gets really cold when you go up. Really cold. And we have a magnetic field here on Earth. So for something tells me that, the luminaries have something to do with this. That's just a feeling. I can't, prove it. But yeah, I just have this feeling that things are locked in this type of way almost, right? Superfluids, when they start, they become, oh, it's amazing. When you watch helium go from a gas to a liquid by pulling out all the vacuum and then putting it at super cold temperatures, it doesn't just like turn into a liquid that, you know, fills up the bottom of the canister. It like fills up the liquid and turns into this flat circular. Well, it's because it was in a circular cylinder, but it just fills up the cylinder like in the middle. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't know what the luminaries are, but for some reason this always kind of resonates with that idea of how the luminaries move, if that makes sense, or holds them into place, if that makes sense. So again, the Huhani, sorry if I butchered that one. Flat Earth Media, Finland is the name of the channel. Sun and Moon electromagnetic field locking above a flat Earth. I will drop the link to this one in the description. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Television telling you the Earth is flat by Adam's Family Truth. Fisherman. It's some TV show. I'm not going to play it, but yeah, they do pretty much. Somebody's asking about it. You know, is the Earth flat? And the person on the show is like, yeah, the Earth is flat. So, I mean, we've seen stuff like this before in the TV shows, but I think we're going to start seeing it more and more and more in, you know, intertwined into the culture. It's bound to happen with all the people that are coming out and talking about it now. So thank you, Adam's Family Truth. The link is in the chat if you'd like to go check that out. It's only 20 seconds long. Here's another one by them. Cymatics, Frequencies, and Stars. Yeah, it must have been on that day, that one day, there was just so many that they put out. Now this one's good, pretty good. This is somebody talking on either a phone or like a radio show type thing with Eddie Bravo. And I had never heard this one. You know, this one was definitely new to me. So check it out. What you think about this one?
Really quick elevator pitch. Convince me. I'm on the fence right now. Could be a sphere, could be flat. Go.
If the world really is round and has a circumference of 25,000 miles, then if this ball is 3/4 water, then you'd be able to detect curvature in the water. And at 100, if you do the math, at 100 miles in the ocean, there would be 6,600 feet of curvature. So that means that at 100 miles, if you had the most powerful telescope in the world, you would not be able to see anything at 100 miles because there would be 6,600 feet of curvature. Yet, this is just one of 1,000 feet. This is one, but yet the Navy can target ships at 100 miles away with a camera where they photograph the target, and it's a laser target that goes straight. The laser doesn't curve. It goes straight, and they could see it. The water doesn't bend. Water is flat. Water always finds its level. You put water into a container, it conforms to the inside of a container. You can't find water anywhere that forms to the outside of a container. Water is always level. We can prove that in any country, in any lab, we can prove that water always finds its level. We can't prove that at some point it's going to be curved. There's no proof of that. So water doesn't curve. We're mostly water. We're in a level plane. We're on a level plane. All the pictures you see of Earth from space, they're all CGI. And NASA.
Well, what about this, Eddie, what about this then? If you fly from here to Australia, for example, and then you keep going in the same direction, you'll come eventually to England, and then you'll come back to America. What I'm saying is, if you fly in one direction, you'll go in a circle. You go in a circle.
No, that's a big misunderstanding. To think that let's say the world is flat and let's miniaturize it. Let's say the world is flat and it's and there's a model of the Earth and all the countries and it's like a square mile, right? You can travel anywhere you want in the world on a plane. If it's flat, like let's say you want to go to Australia and then England. You know what you do? You fly to Australia on this flat plane, and then you fly to England on this flat plane. It doesn't like you can go around in a circle or on a plane. You can go. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if you just looked at a flat plane, you could travel anywhere you want. You just pick a country, put a dot, and drive, and then you fly a straight line. It doesn't have to be a ball.
I'm Mike. Look, here's the thing. I don't really know because I'm not a smart guy. Eddie seems smarter than me. You're definitely smarter than me, Michael Bitson. We find this thing week in, week out. But I will tell you right now, Eddie Bravo is at least 150 times as passionate about his side as you are about your side. You're over there. You're fucking, twiddling your thumbs. Eddie Bravo's done the research. I'm siding with Eddie. I say that you're the conspiracy theorist, Michael Bisping.
Well, I'm just going with science and the popular opinion and the fact that the world is a globe. You can see
exactly what it is. It's popular opinion.
Don't be a cuck to science.
Consensus is not scientific fact. Consensus is not science. Just because a bunch of people, you could take 20 seventh degree black belts, put them all in a room, and ask them all if rubber guard is legit, and they could easily all say no. Does that mean it's not legit? It's the consensus. The consensus says, like I would say, the consensus of all BJJ black belts, they don't think rubber guard is legit, but they're wrong. They're obviously wrong.
I'll tell you this: rubber guard is a fucking gigantic pain in the ass. That's what it is. Whenever I go up against someone with rubber guard, they fucking drive me crazy. They're pulling out crazy submissions from all over the place that shouldn't be possible. But so I'll give you that, Eddie. But I don't know about this flat Earth stuff. But that said. Quintet on Fight Pass October 5th. Eddie Bravo Invitational coming up soon there all the time. Check those out. Eddie, we thank you for joining us, and maybe we'll get into this in person sometime at the LA studio. Maybe we'll get together and debate this in person. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
All right, man. Well, listen, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it, Eddie. Thanks, buddy.
Only one thing I disagree with Eddie on, and that's that water always lays level, right? Water lays 90 degrees perpendicular, like a T, right, to the electric field. That's just how it works. I've shown it on my channel. I've shown it live. I've shown it in person to people. You can bend still water. Now, we can't find that bend out there by measurement, right? We can disprove that it is what we are told. But at the same time, water does not lie always level. It lies 90 degrees perpendicular. So like the electric field's coming down like this, water will lay like that. But if if the electric field's coming in at a curve, which you can create this curve in the electric field, water actually lays in a curve. We can actually go check it out real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Videos. I know it was we'll start at the oldest. I did it a while back. A lot of perspective videos. Stuff with lasers and lenses. Rice experiment. Here's the Van de Graaff. That's just sitting right there over my shoulder. Where's it at? Observations. Here's the good one. And both of them do it salt and fresh. I really didn't see much of a difference.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land.
But yeah, you can see right here, it looks bent. That's why I put the dots behind it. I will flatten it out But it's sitting there. It's not moving, right? You can see 106, 107. It's not like it's paused or anything. There's a drip that just fell down there. So this is live video. You can actually even see it moving in here a little bit. Another drip, and the bend is still there. Now I will touch it. I'm going to touch that ball up there. Boop. And the water's going to flatten back out. It's going to take a second, but you'll see it here. Oh, I had to touch it again. And now all of our dots are nice and straight. Let me, so now all the dots are nice and straight, like it's a mirror reflection of a flat surface. But I will crank it up. And this blew my mind at first because I really didn't understand it, what was going on. Like it'll create the hump of water, but not until you discharge this Van de Graaff down here will it hold it. See, it goes right back. It's got the curve and whoop. And then you're going to see, I'm going to go ahead and touch this. I'm going to touch the Van de Graaff and remove the high potential charge that's down here. And the only thing we're going to be left with is this low potential up here. And it's shaped like a curve. So right here by the top of the water, the electric field coming off of this is going to be curved as well. That's how I did it. And you'll see all I'm going to do. Oh, it's starting to bend a little bit. Now watch when I touch it. Boom. And it really does it. And there you go. Still water. Not moving, with a curve in it, using electrostatics. What do you mean undemonstrable? I just showed it to you. See, it's people like this guy Earthship Bear in chat that won't accept reality when you show it to them. I usually just kick him out. I really don't care. He can sit here and whatever he wants to say. But I just showed you water. It's not word salad. Every one of those words has meaning. Just because you don't know what the words mean does not mean that it's word salad. Here's an idea. Go learn what the words mean. I mean, it's ridiculous. So yeah, that was the only thing that, I disagreed with Eddie about on that one. Was the idea that water always lays flat, perfectly flat. Now it may, if the electric field is, perfectly, you have a flat something down here, we call it a Gaussian surface, and then another flat one above it, and there, then the electric field in there would be uniformly straight, going in one direction, high potential at the top, low potential at the bottom. All denser matter will go down towards the low potential because it has more potential that it can hold within that electric field. So the things that are smaller particles, they have less, they can hold less potential. So things that are denser, they can hold more potential. They go down towards the ground. That's just how it works. It's real simple. A flat Earth meetup, Long Lake, Minnesota. It started at noon, so an hour and 15 minutes ago. It's until whenever. So if you're up near Long Lake, Minnesota, and you'd like to go hang out, Mark puts them out. He put this out days ago, but I do the show on the weekends. Yeah, this was 5 days ago. But yeah, Mark is great. If you have a meetup that you'd like to have, share your stuff with Mark. He will make a video for you. Just give him, where it's going to be, how to contact you if you need that kind of stuff, or if you just want people to show up, you can tell him to do that. He'll put some pretty pictures in there, usually puts a flat earth song in there. Yeah, see, here you go. It's going to be at Nelson Lakeside Park, 1860 Symes Street, Long Lake. You can contact Jenny Spark, MN, at gmail.com. Very cool, Jenny, having a flat earth meetup. Yeah, and if you need to get a hold of Mark, in all of his videos, he's got his contact information. There's his email address, there's his phone number, and he will call you back if he doesn't get to it right away. He called me back, kind of blew my mind. And then you can send snail mail if you'd like. Yeah. So always, as always, thank you, Mark, for all you do. He's also down in the description of this video. Strange World, every Tuesday night. Starts at 10 o'clock, so I'm never up there for it live. I try and catch it throughout the week later. But yeah, it's just a fun show. It really is. He's a good guy. He just really is. He's a gamer nerd. He is. Yeah, I really like Mark. So yeah, as always, thank you, Mark. Now this is one that he shared, how VEO type software will change media. And he's been putting out a few different videos showing how this VEO stuff works. Check this out. This should blow your mind. It really should.
An obvious example would be fake podcasts promoting real products.
Wait, what?
Product placement.
But
Yeah.
back up a second. It could also save you thousands of dollars in advertising instead of using real people.
Real people?
You heard me.
Let's all wish a happy birthday to our favorite person, Brian Mullen.
Happy
birthday, Brian.
Now you can see the mouse aren't.
It can get a
perfect
bit
yet.
dark, though. This is what I think of your idea. See what I mean?
If I say it loud and repeat it over and over, it's going to sink in. It's going to sink in. It's going to sink in.
Well, it's happened. The end of the world has finally arrived.
No need to bother heading for the shelter because it's simply
This one's
too
done
late.
real well.
But what
Wow.
if this software was used for evil? Like, say, for example, a specific agenda. What happens then?
So I guess we have to talk about flat Earth.
Do we really have
yeah.
to?
Well, it's a thing and it's my show, so yes.
I mean, it's not like all of the space programs are fake, right?
How do we know?
Yeah, how do we know? I'm open to it. Me too.
Is any of it real?
None of it. But don't tell anyone, okay? Wait, you're not recording this, are you?
Did I tell you about the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app?
We know.
We know.
Everyone knows. It's everywhere.
Yeah. This is just a trick, like everything at NASA. But you know what isn't? Flat Earth. Oh, shut up.
If you're not moving with flat Earth, then you're just standing still.
Some are better
Got
than
that?
others,
Flat Earth.
for sure.
Again. Why can't we seem to get rid of it?
Because it's probably true.
Go to commercial.
I think if people want to investigate flat Earth, they should be able to without censorship. Do your own research and always ask questions.
That was a really good one.
for flat Earth, then what are you fighting for?
That was a really good one. Now these are all made up. Yeah. Well, yeah, they're all AI. That's what Mark was saying. Like, now some of those were definitely more believable than some of the others. Some of them you could definitely see their mouse doing all kinds of weird, but some of them seemed really synced up and were like, but yeah, this is this VEO type software and how it will change media. They don't even need broadcasters, right? They don't need people sitting up there, and to lie. They can make somebody up out of thin air, give them a voice, and put them up there. It's getting wild. And I mean, they could have been doing this for a long time already, to be honest, right? If we're seeing it now, it's probably been in their possession for quite some time. That's how it works. So yeah, this VEO type software it's scary, in my opinion. They can make anybody say anything they want and have it look, some of those looked really real. Like that was a person standing there and they were talking. Quite a few of them didn't, but there were some in there that would fool a lot of people. So yeah, head on a swivel, folks. It's getting wild out there. Faith, fear, and flat Earth. Positively pedestrian. We're seeing a lot of these. 66 videos. If justice peaks at your bank account, cannibalism, capitalism, control, and consciousness, duality. So definitely not just a flat Earth channel. Looks like they're going down their rabbit holes, and all of them are. Well, here we have a couple that are just under an hour. Yeah, been putting them out. All within the last 4 days. How do you do that? How do you even upload this many videos? You got to have some hella internet service. 66 videos. I haven't seen one under 40 minutes. Most of them are over an hour. There's one almost 2.5 hours. How do you upload all this stuff in 4 days? And these were all done in, well, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago. Here you go. So 4 days ago. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 61 videos in 1 day with some crazy amount of time. That just boggles my mind. Sorry, I just noticed that.
Because they have this bias to believe that they're somehow innately correct. Oh, so like people that go to really impressive, fancy schools actually come out thinking they're less vulnerable to misinformation, which then makes them more vulnerable to it. Oh, 100%. That is exactly how I said what you're saying, because they.
And that's just a little taste. I love hearing discussions start off like that, with just boom, right into it. Yeah, if you'd like to go listen, I don't know how they put out so much. I don't know how. That's pretty wild. I don't think I've ever seen anybody upload 61 videos. It looked like averaging about an hour in 1 day. They have to have some amazing internet service. So link is in the chat if you wanted to go check out that channel and stuff. Yeah, Positively Pedestrian. 4 days ago, really putting in some work. That's just wild. Alessandro, aka Lasso, going full AI on Flat Earth by George Gonzalez. We're going to go ahead and listen to this one. So it looks, yeah, you'd have to pause it. But definitely Flat Earth positive. George Gonzalez, thank you so much for sharing. Awesome stuff, man. Keep it up. Give him his thumb. Comments off. Can't leave a comment. Like I said, we're seeing a lot of these pop up. Remember this one? This is from Flat Stuff Earth. Now, I've seen this channel before, definitely. Almost 3,000 subscribers. But yeah, the Jeopardy one. Or what is this? Family Feud. Yeah, this is a funny one.
All right, Sarah. We talked to 100 men. What would you do if your beautiful date told you the earth was flat?
I hope he'd agree with me.
Agree with her.
Number one answer, agree. So smart. Yeah, that's an old one, but a goodie. like I said, people are sharing a lot of the older videos again, stuff that was out there for years and I thought was just like lost, you know. But nope, they're still out there and people are finding them. So thank you, George. This is Melody Rose, Earth Debates, Bible and Science. What does the Bible say about the shape of the Earth? Is this the one where they pull the picture out? It might be. We'll watch it. It's only 59 seconds long.
About the shape of the Earth, and why would all world governments agree to deceive the masses? Notice when you read Genesis 1:14 through 18 that God puts the sun, moon, and stars in the firmament of heaven. Psalm 19 describes the sun moving around the earth. The sun, as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, rejoices as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of heaven, and his circuit to the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Notice Joshua 10. He commands the sun and the moon to stand still, not the earth. If this is actually our solar system moving through space at 100 million miles per hour.
Now, could you imagine if we were on this spinning ball and 1,036 or 24 or whatever miles an hour at the equator, if that stopped? Because it's not just in the Bible that the sun seemed to stop in the sky, right? There's ancient accounts in the Chinese history of the sun stopping in the sky. So did it happen? I mean, there's people that live pretty far away that both saw the same thing and recorded it in their history. Just saying. Now that couldn't happen. You can't spin something real fast, right? And then stop it and expect everything on it to just be fine. Like if we were actually spinning and we just stopped, oh, it would be insane. Like the Earth stops, but what the gases on it wouldn't just stop, right? Wouldn't they just keep going at like 1,000 miles an hour at the equator and rip everything to shreds? Oh man. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of these. So Melody Rose, thank you so much for sharing. I will drop the link to this one in the chat. And we are getting down to it, folks. I know I got a couple Globusters videos I wanted to share with you from this week. Kyle and Shane put out some good stuff. Here is I asked Chat GPT to prove flat Earth, no BS. 2 kinds of human podcast. I didn't listen to this one too much, but they're having the conversation, right? Let's see what they make videos about for the most part. Chat GPT diagnosed my autism. Medical genocide. We are technology wrapped in flesh. So I'm not seeing anything about flat Earth. This is like all Chat GPT stuff. Started about 3 months ago. The 2 kinds of human podcast. There's a couple long ones in there, it looks like. Yeah, but thank you for having the conversation, even if it was with just AI, right? Now, there's one video in here. Again, you see these videos and people say, look at what AI said, and they just hold up their screen and it's just a bunch of words and you don't see anything else. Yes, they could be faking that for sure, right? Without a doubt. Now but yeah, so the whole Chat GPT thing, I mean, I've seen people use it that I trust and they get it to say things, but I've seen a few of these videos where it's hard for me to believe that that's what Chat GPT told them. I'm pretty sure I have one of those in here. I better. I thought for sure I had it. Okay, we covered that one. Am I losing some videos here? But Chad Preston, official 3. This is his 3rd channel. He's been around for a long time as well. Thank you, Chad, for all the stuff you do. If you've never heard of him, go check his channel out. He's been at it for a long time, sharing a lot of stuff that, you know, have been videos that you would think would be long gone, but he's still putting them out. Yeah, sharing taboo conspiracies work. We shared one of his videos earlier from Ben about Antarctica. It's like I said, the guy does amazing research, makes amazing videos, and I love seeing all these people out there sharing taboo stuff. And I've met Ben. You know, we shook hands and stuff, and just a really great guy. Like the voice you hear in the videos, that's Ben. Like he's just a good, down to earth, really bright, really sharp guy. Yeah, it's a big shout out again to Taboo Conspiracy, and thank you, Chad Preston, official number 3, for sharing Ben's work. I'd love to see more of it out there. This is one from Dave, the DITRH. Now, I usually don't share, you know, channels that are really well-known flat earthers. This was a quick one, and he sent it to me. He wanted, I remember, this is old too. He put this out. I forget where. It was one of the big meetups, and I forget where we were. I'm pretty sure I was in this place. Not exactly when it was recorded. Yeah. Like, I forget what this was. A one source, 2 suns. So it looks like there's 2 lights there, right? Going around in circles and whatnot. And when he backs up and shows you what it actually is, it's only one light source doing that. But on that curved cylinder surface, it makes crazy, wild things happen. He's always got that dramatic music going on. That's what I call Dave's small hat magic. He has taught me a lot about, you know, keeping people's attention with certain things. If you want to get a message out, you have to have it so people hear the whole message, right? Optics of the sky don't negate the geometric measurement of the Earth. I agree 100% with that. And of course, you can always go find all of Dave's stuff at just flatearthdave.com. Or you could go to the DITRH channel, and he's got all the links to all the different stuff down in the description. One of the hardest working people on Flat Earth. The guy does so many interviews, and like you can go hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of interviews. It's just crazy. He has multiple a week. He's always doing. Yeah, he's crushing it. So thank you, Dave, for all the work you do and everything. Really appreciate it, man. This is Marco Moses, and this was a sermon, The Ice Wall from the Bible by Tyler Doka. I don't believe this was a. Oh, I'm seeing some flat earth stuff around. Yeah, this is more of a truther channel. Okay. So it wasn't like a sermon channel. It's got a couple other sermons in here and stuff. See Dean Odell in there. But yeah, definitely a flat earth channel. Hey, he shared mine. Electricity and that's the stuff Cammie and I did for the Dallas conference 2018. I think that was. But yeah, 11 months ago. a year ago. Wow, they've been at it for quite a while. And pretty busy by the looks of it. Started, oh, they have a video that's 12 years old. Wow. But about a year ago, really started hitting it. Looks like he's mostly talking about religion. And the Bible does say flat earth by Dean Odell 1 year ago. And then look at, boom, flat earth. Jet fuel hoax. Settle down, Ted. I know. Not everybody knows. Some people got tricked. Big shout out. Ted Summer. He has gone into the whole idea of there being no jet fuel in planes to such an extent that, like, I get it. You just don't even want to repeat yourself anymore after you've done it. But yeah, definitely a truther channel here. Like Pontchartrain Bridge, I've been on that bridge. I guess some people get scared. And I get that because there is a point like in the middle where you can barely see land in either direction. It is really long, but you're not really that high up off the water. You know, just being out there in the water really didn't scare me as much. I knew that there was at least pylons to hang on to or whatever if all the worst happened. There's all kinds of structures to where I could keep myself afloat. It's when I get onto bridges that are like, 150 plus feet high above the water. That's when I start really like, I don't like those. There's a Mackinac Bridge up in Michigan that terrifies me. I will cross it if I have to, but I think that one's like 295 feet or something like that above the water. There's actually people that are parked in these little, there's like a parking lot and then a little booth, and they'll have people that will drive your vehicle across the bridge for you because there's so many that don't like to do it. But it's a way to get from, I forget exactly what it crosses, but it's up there in Michigan. It's beautiful up there in Mackinac. So where was I? Marco Moses, definitely a flat earth channel, and sharing The Ice Wall from the Bible by Tyler Doka. If you'd like to check that out, I will drop the link in here for y'all. Go check that out. I'm not sure if I know of the ice wall from the Bible. Yeah, I'll probably listen to this one. What was this? 4 days ago? Haven't gotten to it yet. I'm just getting back into all the videos that it's been a busy week. We've been busy this week, so I haven't had as much time to dive in and actually listen to all of these. But this is one I think I'm definitely going to go back to. I don't want to give it a thumbs up until I, listen to it a little bit. All right, so we have the wet flag on the moon. Globusters. Believe this was Kyle, the Flat Earth Institute of Science. Epic moments with Globusters. Oh, I'm on the Globusters. I know I gave that a thumbs up from my channel. So here we're going to play this. It's 14 minutes. Maybe we'll just play like half of it. You guys can finish the rest of it. But I'd like to start doing this more. The videos that aren't hours long, or even anything under like, we'll play probably like maybe 10 minutes of it, and then try to get some more people to go over there and check it out, right? But I'd like to play some of the Globuster stuff that is being put out throughout the week. Anybody that's putting out, sure, I know Shane put out some good videos this week. Alan will put out some short ones. Alan's are usually a lot longer. They do a lot of the live streaming. over at Ether Cosmology or Audit NASA. But yeah, Shane St. Pierre and Alan, they do the Sunday show, and yeah, they've been on fire. Those guys are so smart. I'll say it 100 times more. They're about geniuses, if not beyond. I mean, I don't know what a genius is, but if I had to pick some of the smartest people that really dig deep into the physics of all this stuff, Shane and Alan are definitely near the top of the list. Just really sharp guys. I feel dumb around them. I'm saying it. I really do. I feel dumb around those guys. But okay, here we go. We're going to jump into this one.
That the moon landing was faked.
Nope.
There is a mountain of evidence that the moon landing was faked. But some of my absolute favorite evidence among all of that is the wet flag on the moon. This is an image of the Apollo 17 moon landing flag, and this image was taken directly from the NASA website, hq.nasa.gov. There's a direct link to the website in this video's description where you can see it for yourself. And I have an image title here in the bottom left corner for your convenience. But as you can see, the flag is very clearly wet. As we know, material looks darker when it gets wet. And that is exactly what we are seeing here. I'm pretty sure this initial observation was first made in the documentary American Moon, which I have a link to here if you want to see it, as we're seeing. But I was not made aware of it until I heard the Globusters talking about it. This video, however, is not on the Globusters channel as far as I'm aware, making it a little harder to find.
No, we had to remove a lot of the older videos.
Iriu's channel,
We had
Nur
strikes.
para todos. And the content of this video just isn't mentioned often enough, so I had to come and talk about it myself. Now, please enjoy as I go ahead and share some highlights from their video, along with some of my own discoveries that I made as I have looked into this myself.
That particular image has been viewed by millions of people a year over the last 45 years. It's up on walls, probably 10 or 12 feet high. It's photographed in books and magazines and everywhere else. And of course, it's the American symbol as well, your very reverent symbol. And everybody that has analyzed and studied this photo in any way, shape, or form has never looked at it and seen that it's wet.
Yeah.
It quite clearly is.
That is amazing because it absolutely is. You can see along here where the arrows are, the line between the dry and the wet part of the flag. And of course, it's very obvious over here. It's even crinkled up, almost like it just came out of a washing machine or a rainstorm.
It's in the red and white as well. It's harder to see.
Here is one highlighted example in the red that I was able to spot. Notice how it is not in the fold and how it is not in shadow. It is just plain and simply darker, like the wet streak we see along the stars.
Yeah, you can see it if you study it. The harder you study it, the more you see it. And of course, when you realize that it's wet and it was raining, the entire set is wet.
And that kind of goes back to when it comes to this conspiracy, right? There's many schools of thought. Was this all shot in a studio, in a Hollywood basement? But when you start looking at some of the other evidence here that Scott's uncovered, where you've got standing water on some of the equipment, you've got mold growing, and you've got a wet flag, just to name a few, it's clear that this was shot outside and over a long period of time, where the weather and the elements, took its toll on the equipment and the props and everything that was involved.
But this one, it's very obvious, especially along here, that this is wet through and through.
A couple other shots as well, where you can see that it appears that something has gotten wet, some of the equipment, and then it has dried and has left, what it looks like is mud that has dried.
Now check out this window.
You know what they say? Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Flagstaff landfill.
Yes. In this particular picture, buried in the report server of NASA, when I was reading through the many thousands and thousands of PDFs, pressure test done on the CSM blew that window out. And you can see that they just duct taped it back together. They put a rain guard on it. That rain guard is broken. And of course, the seal's gone because the water is in between the two layers of glass, and it's been in there long enough to peel the paint up.
Duct tape fixes anything.
The official version of that photograph with the water running down in zero gravity, of course, is halfway to the moon.
Yeah.
Okay, it's minus 250 outside and the water doesn't freeze.
Magic.
Amazing. Magic.
Amazing, amazing, amazing piece of glass.
I think it is interesting how it is not just one photo we are looking at here, but we actually see this in a series of photos directly on the NASA website that all oddly say no description. But that is totally okay because you can just simply look at it and it is quite self-explanatory. Again, I've got a direct link to the source images in this video's description. And with some of them, you have to rotate the picture around because they were taking the picture at odd angles. This one is a perfect example of that. Let me show you. Here I just rotated the picture 90 degrees. Now watch what happens when I zoom in. Do you want to tell me that those are not muddy water streaks on that window there? If this doesn't convince you that the moon landings were bogus, I don't know what will. There should be no excuse for these gray, muddy water streaks falling down the window out in the middle of outer space. Again, this is directly from the NASA website. Go see it for yourself.
Yeah, now this to me looks like, you've got like leftovers from water here. You see this? Looks like
it's so wet.
Yeah.
So if you look at the backdrop, the so-called mountain in this, when you're going through the Apollo 17 photos, as the ground in front dries out, then it starts to match the backdrop. So when you go back two or three magazines further on, they'll match up in color.
Yeah.
But when
this is so blatantly different.
Darker in color. And that's why the footprints are so much darker as well. And it's the same as if you were walking in sand or anything else, right?
Yeah.
Or any dirt, when you kick it up, it's darker underneath as it starts to dry on top.
Yeah.
That particular photograph, they must have been shooting quite a few golf balls around because there's quite a number of them out there on that set.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. The other thing that strikes me, of course, is right along the little plus marks here where the Hasselblad has the plus marks, you can clearly see this bifurcation mark in between the foreground and the background that, it is so obvious that they are so blatantly different that how anybody could not look at that and go, come on, really? It's not even a good blending job. They didn't even try.
Well, because it rained, they would have had the ground closer. Like if the ground wasn't wet, it's much closer match.
Yeah, but in this case, it was wet, so it made it a little bit darker.
That's right. And if you go through 2 or 3 magazines later, then this particular same spot is much lighter. It's much closer to the background as it dries out.
Yeah. Yeah, not surprising. And of course, then we have mud on the wheels from the rover, which I thought was pretty crazy. And, and then earlier, the mud on the suit. So I'm just curious, Scott, if, when you show people, like, for example, the mud on the spacesuits that we were looking at earlier, what do they say when they look at that? What excuse do they make when you're saying, look, there's the mud right there on the spacesuit? Let me get to this. Whoops, there it was. When they look at this, what excuse do they have for that? Do they just say, well, it's just regular dirt, or what? I
haven't heard anybody tell me that it's it's anything other than just dirt that is sticking to the suit, static or whatever is causing it.
Moon dirt, man.
Why doesn't the whole suit get like, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, especially as often as they fall or they're down on their knees or whatever. But I mean, this is so obvious that this is mud. I mean, this is absolutely positively mud. There's no doubt whatsoever about that. And then you can see, of course, over here where they've washed it off, you know, it's still wet. They didn't even try to hide any of that. And, you know, we know that everything that goes up into space is pristine clean, you know, in the first place. And yeah, of course, you're going to get some dirt on it from the moon or soot, but this is mud, and there should be absolutely no water, because in the shade it would be ice, and in the sun it would evaporate instantly. So there is no excuse for obviously any water being up there whatsoever. And yet the flag is soaked with it. There's mud all over his suit. How can anybody buy this? It's beyond me.
So, two things cross my mind when I see all this evidence of the wet set. Was this intentional? Did they just soak the ground beforehand so it didn't kick up so much dust to make it less obvious? Or was this an act of divine intervention where God literally decided to rain on their parade and expose them as the frauds that they were? Or perhaps both? The Globusters here seem to be under the impression that these astronauts are trying to drop hints that this whole thing is a sham.
Well, I mean, the astronauts are showing this off. They
Yeah.
deliberately put that mud up on that sleeve and took that picture, and everybody thinks, oh, they're on the moon. They're not. They're just a couple of guys having fun in the mud, showing off a wet flag. And if you realize that it rained, everything is wet.
Yep. So yeah, so here we are back at the flag again. Of course, this is very, very apparent that it's wet, especially along the top. You can see it running down here.
Yeah, just through this over and over again, you know, that just seems to be, it was just such a blatant, you know, a piece of evidence that we decided, let's put this in every video, at least one shot of it, just to remind folks that, you know, this is almost blatant. All should have been pulled out. You know, there's no way that this stuff should be even existing like we talked about.
And that is just one image. But when I decided to go and look into this for myself, lo and behold, I discovered a whole series of images where I could spot the wet marks in the photos that were taken from different angles. And NASA's proposed budget for 2023 is $26 billion? America, wake up and speak up. This needs to stop. This message has been brought to you by the Flat Earth Institute of Science, with a special thank you to the Globusters. We love you. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you, Kyle. A blast from the past. Man, I miss Bobo. I just miss having him here to talk to. You know, it's never going to be the same without him. But here's a link to that video. Yeah, I hope Kyle finds a bunch more blasts from the past like that. I'm loving it, Kyle. Keep it up. Beautiful work, man. Bob was a big inspiration to a lot of people, and he touched a lot of people. He was very good at making sure people understood what he was talking about. That was one of the things he loved about me so much, was that I could take a lot of the technical stuff that we talked about and try to explain it in a more just basic vocabulary. Thanks for dropping by, Flat Bob. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, man. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Take care. But yeah, we made a lot of videos together, Bob and I did. A lot of them were on my channel, you know, and then he'd show them on the Globusters Sunday show. But that's when I believe I was doing my best work. Yeah, it was. I miss him. I'll just say that. I'll miss him. Oh, sorry, I'm wasn't on screen there. Great work, Kyle. Thank you, man. So this is one on the Kyle Adams channel. Now let's get over there and get Kyle some more subscriptions. He had a much bigger channel at one time, and because he was sharing truth, right, his channel got cut down. So here is a link to this video. It is just his name, Kyle, K-Y-L-E, space, Adams, A-D-A-M-S, capital K, capital A. We definitely need to get him over 1,000. So let's, come on, folks. Head on over there to Kyle's channel and let's get him some more subscriptions. He definitely deserves it. He's definitely putting in the work. This was neat. Unbalanced orbit of the ISS. Yeah, this is just 2 minutes. So here we go.
Many of us have seen gravity well demonstrations like this one in an attempt to describe orbital mechanics. But please notice, every single ball always eventually crashes into the center weight. There is no magic speed that allows the ball to stay in orbit indefinitely. That is because there is an imbalance of forces. There is a continual force pushing the ball inward and no continual force pushing that ball outward. In order for the ball to remain in orbit, it would need an additional outward force to assist it and balance out the inward force.
By the way, the moon is spiraling away from us at a few inches per year. And in response, Earth's rotation is slowing down. And eventually, we will be tidally locked with the moon, only ever showing the same face. And when that happens, tides will no longer slosh in and out from the ocean shores.
Wow, who knew that? The moon and my wife have so much in common, both inching away from me a little bit at a time.
Funny how that is the exact opposite of what we observe in these gravity well demonstrations. And it's not just Neil Tyson saying that on his own. He's just repeating what NASA says. There's a link to this article in this video's description. Read it for yourself. I'm not making this up. In order for the moon to be drifting away from us, you'd have to have more force going outward than you do inward. And what about the ISS? NASA claims it needs continual boosts to remain in orbit because it continually drops in elevation. And when they're done with it, they say the safest thing to do with it is crash it into the ocean, not just launch it out into outer space. Come on, guys. It's time to abolish NASA. Together, we can do this. This video was brought to you by the Flat Earth Institute of Science. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you, Kyle. Does great work and is genuinely, you know, I've never seen Kyle even raise his voice to another person. And he's debated so many people, like, you know, people that aren't, in my opinion, being genuine and honest. Now, I have an issue when I think people aren't telling the truth to keep my composure. That's one of the reasons I don't do debates with a lot of the globe trolls. Now, I'll sit and have a conversation with somebody and explain my position, but you know how it is. When you know somebody knows something and they're pretending like they don't, that drives me insane. It really does. So I don't have the patience of Kyle. That's something that I really need to work on. But Kyle has it in loads. And he's just a really good guy. And is very passionate about this. So if you're not subscribed, please head on over to Kyle's channel. He does videos regularly, and he deserves much more than just 871 subscribers. Just saying it. Thank you so much, Kyle, for all you do for the community and for Globusters. Really appreciate it, man. The $100,000 challenge to prove flat Earth. The immersive podcast. 860 subscribers. Now, I don't think they're flat earthers, but you know, they're having the conversation and talking about it. Ooh, I like some of the crystals she's got back here. They're pretty.
Like a flat Earth debate. When did you guys first start shooting on the Awakening, or first start kind of production and such?
So pre-production, I'd say it was around February last year, 2024. It kind of, the whole production went on.
Okay, so it was just a thing at the very beginning. I don't see anything else about this. What is this? Let me read this here. Join me on a fascinating journey as we embark on a $100,000 challenge to prove the flat Earth theory. As we delve into the world of conspiracy, skepticism, and critical discourse, we'll be forced to question our beliefs and adopt an informed skepticism. We are truly open to the possibility that our understanding of the world might be flawed. In this thought-provoking exploration, we'll employ rational skepticism, intellectual honesty, and a healthy dose of critical thinking to discern the truth. We will encounter cognitive dissonance, or will our inquiry lead us to a deeper understanding of reality? Let's see if they are. So their last video was over 4 weeks ago. That was a short. Welcome to our live show 9 months ago. So yeah, maybe Galactic Federation of Light, Flat Earth, Atlantis. Do they have any other Flat Earth stuff in here? Unlocking, Awakening, JFK, Levels of Consciousness. No, I'm not seeing a whole lot of Flat Earth stuff down here at all. I think I saw 2 videos with it in it. These look like they're all clips of live streams, but it doesn't look like they've been live in 9 months. And haven't made a video in about a month. Maybe taking a break. Yeah. Maybe just getting ready to start talking about Flat Earth. Who knows? But they put it in the title. And they're in the description. It was talking about a $100,000 challenge to prove the Flat Earth theory. So I'll keep an eye on this and see if anything comes of it. All right, let me drop this in the chat. If you'd like to delve into the channel, you'll be able to go in there and take a look at everything. And yeah, if you find something, please drop it in the comments below or share it somehow, get it to me somehow about this $100,000 challenge. In the description, it at least seems like they're open-minded about the idea. Yeah, thought that was pretty cool. Astronaut channel. Now, I don't know if I've shared anything on here. This is actually a bigger one. I don't think I've shared anything on this since I've been doing these Saturday mornings. But yeah, 375 videos. I know this channel's been at it, yeah, 6 years, 7 years. Did a lot of their stuff 7 years ago, it looks like. Even older maybe. Wow, a lot of their videos 7 years ago. That makes sense. That's when a lot of them started getting censored a lot more. And then 8 years ago, looked like more video games. So I had their awakening 8 to 7 years ago and started hitting it real hard with the flat earth stuff. So NASA fraud, ISS live stream hoax 8 years ago. So 8 years ago. So the astronaut channel has been around a while. If you'd like to go check it out, if you've never heard of it, 8 years worth of, oop, nope, what did I do? What did I do? We're just going to go back. Yeah, there we go. I want to copy it, not paste. So there is a link to his channel. And put out a video 2 days ago. When was his last video before that? 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, and then 6 years ago. So just started back up. And 2 days ago, it looks like he's hitting the ground running here. Already got 6 videos in the last 2 days. But I bet this is probably one of the channels that lost their channel and have just now got it censor tube. Maybe they just got it back. So if you've never heard of the Astronaut channel, go check it out. A lot of gravy in there, a lot of old great stuff. So it's good to see you back. Really good to see you back. Yeah, I meant to just share the channel. Not so much this video, but it's really good to see him back at. Look at that, 130 thumbs up. Coming back into it. Awesome. We're going to put a glad to see you back. Stay strong. All right. Awesome. This is someone just talking about the UN flag and asking, is this, the real shape of the Earth? Garrett Scott. Let's see. Global accessibility. It doesn't look like it's a flat Earth channel, so to say. Wow, put out all these videos in the last few days. A week ago. But yeah, it looks like he's just sitting there telling you what he's thinking about. Periodic table elements. And just sharing his thoughts. So thank you, Garrett Scott, for sharing. And flat Earth in the title. Like I said, folks, it's I've never seen anything like this. The amount of people that are putting out stuff about flat Earth for like the first time, I believe is unprecedented, except maybe 2016, 2015, when the explosion first started for me. But, that was the beginning of the journey for a lot of us. But then you step back and you start taking a look, and channels have definitely come, and it kind of will come in waves here and there, but this one is exceptional. Like the amount of people putting stuff out is just insane. It really is. And here we have Shane St. Pierre, a Globuster. We're going to end the show with a song. I believe Shane did do this with AI, somebody said. Got a couple comments down there. Yeah, Shane, super smart guy. And I'm really interested in to see what these lyrics have to say. Let's I'll turn on the closed captions just in case he doesn't have all the captions up like this. But yeah, Shane St. Pierre, he and Alan will be back mid to late July. I know it's already on the Globusters channel as a upcoming live stream. So they're already hitting the ground running early, maybe getting a little antsy, could be, but I can't wait. Yeah, I couldn't imagine how flat Earth would be if YouTube didn't start censoring the channels. Florida Fisherman. Yeah, Yeah, there would be hundreds of thousands to multiple FE channels. I don't doubt that at all. When they say, 10% of the population of the United States, over 30 million people. Yeah. Yeah, I should put Dread in here because Dread kind of just started his channel not that long ago. Thank you, Bill. I will definitely do that for next week. Even if he doesn't make a video. I'm actually going to put that right here. And I've started saving all the videos. I think I started about 3 weeks ago because I was going through. I have them all in a list that I have, and I was erasing them when I was done with them. But now I'm just gonna hang on to it. I have it in my teams. Here, I'll just show it to you right quick. Yeah, I've been saving. How far back? May 25th, May 22nd. Okay. So April 23rd. I have all the videos I've shared since that show. Yeah. And there's a bunch of them in here. All right. All right. So thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. If you've made it this far, this is your little treat that you get. This is a song made by one of the Globusters, Mr. Shane St. Pierre, called Remember When. Real quick, if you like slow, pretty music played by instruments that aren't electrified, there's a gentleman that died back in, I believe, 1981. His name was Harry Chapin, and he has a song called Remember When the Music. And Remember When just kind of made me think of that. So if you like kind of slow, pretty songs, and he actually starts wailing in it, he starts singing. It's just a beautiful song, but it's called Remember When the Music by Harry Chapin. Go check it out. It's a great tune. If you don't know Harry Chapin, it's got quite a few really good songs. But just an amazing band that he had with him. And they did 2,000 shows in under 10 years. And this was in the 70s on a tour bus, not flying around. And when you sit and do the math and you think about it with travel and all that kind of stuff, he's the gentleman who wrote the song Cats in the Cradle. Because he was not there while his son was growing up. He wrote that song to his son. 2,000 shows in 10 years. Insane. Just that's an insane amount of performing. It's, yeah. So without any further ado, Shane St. Pierre's Remember When.
Look, we all know NASA lies. We have seen it. Listen. NASA! I've had a wonderful time watching and listening to you for the last few decades. But I've come to the conclusion that this relationship just isn't working out. NASA! I know that you've been stealing money from me, my friends and my family for decades. We've seen you doing live streams, faking space, thousands of times, and I just can't trust you anymore. I used to watch you on the TV, and then through the news, then through cartoons, and now just cartoons. The progression has been clear. Trusted your word, believed your lore. Now I see through. Can't trust you no more. It's just like the sheep, to be led by the blind. The people don't want war or famine or immigration, but the Jewish controllers do it anyway. But they hide in the shadows and cry out in pain when they strike you. Perpetual victims who have to outlaw speech telling the truth about them. Who do you think runs NASA? A bunch of Freemasons, which is just Zionism for the Goyim. It has been a giant scam since 1959, when all the countries who always fight in wars with each other decided it was time to universally agree on Antarctic exploration, which gave birth to NASA. Psychologically abused since I was a kid. Believe in your stories, the things that you did. Now I'm asking for my money back. I have it tallied up. 800,768 fiat dollars. Gave you my trust, followed your way. Now I see, though, your deceit on display. NASA, you've been taken from me. Lies and deceit, it's all I see. NASA, you've been lying to me, but deception's a game you played every day. Lies and deceit, it's all I see. NASA, you've been lying to me with your fake streams and false reality. NASA, you've betrayed my trust with your fake streams. Stop being blind, admit your unjust lies. Challenger blew up, we all believed you then, but then we saw those people alive and well, and we began to see you lie all the time. Since I was a kid, you fed me lies, stories and fables. Now realize, meant for the masses to be force-fed to the blind. It's just like the sheep, to be led by the blind. The people don't want war or famine or immigration, but the Jewish controllers do it anyway, and they use their web of NGOs, so it's never clear how they work together. Who do you think runs NASA? A bunch of Freemasons, which is just Zionism for the Goyim. NASA, you've been lying to me with your fake streams and false reality. NASA, you've taken my trust through your lies and deceit, turned it to dust. You've taken my trust through your lies and deceit, turned it to dust. Trusted your word, believed your lore. Now I see through. Can't trust you no more.